The fire demon is hunting little children. Can the psychic stop it? Don't miss out. The clairvoyance will expose the woman who summoned the otherworldly killer. Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a channel of true and amazing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate high-profile criminal cases and shocking paranormal phenomena. This investigation began when Olena Kuriylova, one of our clairvoyants, came to the project's editorial office, anxious, and asked the journalists to help find the contacts of a person who was soon to die.
I keep seeing a terrible dream. In it, I'm in a locked room. 3 girls appear before me. And one of them says, "Find my Dimitro. Help him or they will all burn." And then the room suddenly starts to blaze. The 3 girls from the dream, they're spirits. They died. They burned. Alive.
Oh God.
It happened recently.
We reviewed numerous news articles about children who died in fires and finally found information about a fire in which 3 girls burned.
There was a fire at a children's camp 4 months ago in which children died.
Here they are, the 3 girls from my dream. And this one spoke to me.
The tragedy that occurred in 2017 shocked the entire nation. One of the buildings of the summer camp burned down completely in just minutes. To escape the fire, the children jumped out of the windows. But 3 girls could not get out of their room.
The girl's name was Snezhana.
Can you find the phone number of this girl's parents?
We'll try.
After a long search, our journalists finally found the phone number of the girl's aunt.
Hello, my name is Olena Kuriylova. It may seem strange to you, but I saw Snezhana in a dream. She asked me to help someone named Dimitro.
That's my nephew. I'll call him and tell him to contact you.
Thank you so much.
Olena Kuriylova contacted the 26-year-old man via Skype and told him about the threat to his family that comes from fire. It turned out that there had recently been a fire in Dimitro's house. His 2 little sons almost died in it. Only by miracle did the man and his wife save the children.
If something had happened to them, I don't know, I would have lost my mind.
The couple doesn't understand why the curtain in the children's room suddenly caught fire.
The wiring was new, and it was in good condition.
Some otherworldly force was involved here.
We need your help badly.
Another participant of our project, Jana Shulikova, decided to help Olena Kuriylova.
While I was working with the photo of this family, I saw someone next to them holding a burning skull. A deadly force emanated from that person.
I also saw fire, but in my vision, there was a beautiful young woman. She was walking down the street with a snake crawling beside her, and every building they approached started to burn.
What is the deadly entity with a skull in its hands that's trying to kill children with fire? And what does the woman with the snake have to do with it?
Hello.
Hello.
Show us the room where you almost burned. Black, terrifying eyes are staring at me from the mirror. I saw these eyes in my vision. The mirror wasn't magical, but the otherworldly force that hunted children came through it. This force is very aggressive.
It attacked me.
The mirror?
Yes, Dimitro was here, and the mirror, it fell right here.
Look, do you think the mirror could fly from over there and land here?
Victoria and Dimitro were shocked because just seconds before the mirror fell, their little son was standing by his parents' bed. If it had fallen on the boy, it would have smashed his head.
The kids are in danger.
Please help us.
But what is this malevolent entity?
It is bound to some object. This object is both alive and not alive.
Is this thing somewhere in the house?
Let us check. It's not in here.
What's that?
Suddenly, a slate sheet, stacked with other building materials behind the house, fell near the clairvoyant.
The slate lunged at her, just like the mirror lunged at me.
If it had fallen on her, it would have cracked her head open.
The entity is very powerful.
Why is it haunting our children?
It's because of a woman. The woman with the snake, and everything around her was burning with fire. The cards showed that this woman was a killer, but I didn't understand who she was.
The woman is burning in fire. She's over there. She says, "I lived here and I burned here."
Elena.
That's my sister.
It turned out that Dimitro's younger sister died in a fire at the age of 23. The man lost the only close person in the world, with whom they were orphaned as children. Their mother died of cancer, and their father did not take care of the children.
I thought the threat to her brother's children might be coming from her. I needed to tune in to check it. There's so little, God. One of them lies like an angel on his back, and the other lies like this, face down.
It turned out that, along with Dimitro's sister, 2 small children also burned alive in this house. Her elder son was 5, and the younger was only 3 years old. The father also died. The terrible fire happened early in the morning. The news that black smoke was billowing from Olena and Serhi's house quickly spread through the village.
We started carrying water. We hoped they were alive.
The emergency service arrived, broke through the roof, and started extinguishing the fire.
But it was too late. The fire took 4 lives.
It was horrible.
And your sister was pregnant, right?
Yes.
My God, it's terrifying.
Dimitro almost lost his mind with grief.
After Elena's death, he's not the same person that he used to be. He can't let her go. He can't stop thinking of her.
Are you unwell?
Yes.
Let him go.
The topic of Olena's death is a sore point for him.
I felt that the fire that killed his sister and her family was caused by the same force that is hunting Dimitro's children. I hear a woman's voice. She's yelling, "I was supposed to burn."
Leuba.
Leuba was the neighbor of the deceased family. Her house is nearby. During the fire, she was at the scene and, for some reason, shouted out the strange words.
She said she was supposed to burn with her children.
The locals say that the young women were friends, and Leuba and her 2 children often came to visit Olena.
Jana, she hanged herself.
She did, yes.
We were stunned. 25-year-old Leuba committed suicide.
I sensed that Leuba was connected to the entity. that burned this house, and the connection was through some strange item that is both alive and not alive. I felt it earlier today. The pendulum brought me to the yard, but the sinister entity didn't let me find the object. I had to go back there. The thing is somewhere here.
It's strange, but it's an ordinary jacket.
There's something here.
It's disgusting.
It's a viper's skin.
My goodness.
Where did the snake skin come from?
It's a charm.
Who did this?
The woman with the snake I saw in my vision.
It gives me goosebumps.
I know who did this, the one who was yelling at the sight of the fire.
Leuba.
The one who hanged herself. The black-eyed, otherworldly force holding the burning skull that I saw was bound to the snakeskin.
Victoria is absolutely shocked. She said that she and her husband had done nothing wrong to Leuba.
It wasn't done to your family, but to the one that burned.
The fire started because of this charm.
Suddenly, Victoria recalls something.
It's not Dimitro's jacket, but Serhi's.
It turns out that the jacket with the snakeskin inside belonged to Elena's husband. After the tragedy, her brother took it from the cookhouse, which wasn't damaged in the fire.
You yourself brought the misfortune into your house. To help this family, we needed to find out what otherworldly force Leuba bound to the charm to and why she did it.
I had a vision of Leuba performing a ritual at a cemetery. She practiced black magic.
The locals confirm they saw Leuba going to the cemetery late in the evening carrying some books.
She would go to the cemetery, where she burned candles.
But why did the woman plant the deadly charm on Dimitro's sister?
Something must have driven her to do this. I want to look at the house where she lived.
We'll take it with us.
Anybody home?
Hello,
Hello. What's your name?
Katerina.
We're trying to understand what happened to your daughter.
Did she happen to practice magic by any chance?
I was told so, but I don't know.
Did her behavior change?
Yes, the change was huge. I asked her, "Do you have any problems? You can tell me." And she said, "Do you really want to know?"
I decided to look at the situation through fire. It's pointing to your house. There's something here.
It's unbelievable. Katerina finds a book.
So this is magic. Jana, look.
I didn't even know there was something there.
Leuba once told me that she had a book. A magic book.
There are devils, witches, spells, and those stars in it. I asked her, "Where did you get it?" And she said a woman gave it to her.
This is black magic, or she summoned a demon.
Love. This is what she asked the demon for. She's telling me something. I met the one I loved with all my heart and soul. What was his name?
She loved Kirilo.
Leuba lived happily with Kirilo for several years. They bought a house in this village, ran a household, and raised children.
But shortly before her death, the couple had a quarrel and separated. Leuba loved her husband so much that she decided to get him back at any cost. Do you know what the quarrel with Kirilo was about?
I don't. They lived separately from me.
Kirilo didn't forgive her, so she resorted to magic, and she got him back.
Yes, she did get him back.
The dark entity gave Leuba what she asked for, love, but the happiness didn't last long. The demon returned for the payment.
Fear, great fear. She was afraid of the entity.
She said she was afraid to stay in her own house. She was very scared.
Even her children saw different strange things.
The price for what the demon gave her was supposed to be her children's lives.
She tried to get rid of it. This is why she went to the cemetery. But she failed. Leuba kept seeing a dream of her children's funeral.
She constantly saw 2 coffins in her dreams.
And to save them, she decided to take a terrible step.
She performed a ritual to pass her misfortune on to another family.
That's why she conducted the ritual with the snakeskin.
And I found a snake in the bread oven.
A snake? Was it dead?
Katerina found the snake in the bread oven right after her daughter's death. She couldn't understand how it got in there.
Now we know where the snake came from. What did she do? The charm, the snakeskin, where does she carry the skin?
To the neighbor's family, where there were also 2 children. And when the entire family died, the children's deaths were especially horrific. That's why she was running around there, howling like a wolf, saying she should have been there. When Leuba saw what she had done, she was horrified, and she became a different person.
The locals say that Leuba had indeed been acting very strangely shortly before her death.
She acted like the devil possessed her, you know.
And then I understood. Olena's family burned, which means Leuba summoned a fire demon.
That's why, in my vision, the demon was holding the burning skull.
Why are there angels standing next to her?
There are 2 of them.
These are her children.
Are the children dead?
Yes.
What happened?
I was lying in bed, sick, and she said, "Mom, I'm going for a walk with the children." And in the evening, when I went to milk the cow, I found her passport on the windowsill with 5,000 in it and a note reading, "Mom, we're gone. Spend it wisely so it lasts for a year." I thought she went to Kirilo. I called Kirilo, but he said she never came.
That same evening, Katerina went to the police. 200 people searched for the young mother and her 8-year-old son and 2-year younger daughter.
The National Guard, the police, the emergency services all searched for them and combed all the forests.
Leuba and her children were found only 9 months later, dead in the forest, 2 kilometers away from their home.
A hunter stumbled upon them, 1 adult skeleton and 2 small ones. The ropes were hanging. The skeletons had fallen to the ground. It was terrifying.
It was horrible.
The hangman. She hanged her children.
It can't be.
I don't know what kind of heart you need to have and what could drive you to do that.
She loved her children very much. She adored them.
She lived in fear.
It drove her to madness. You see, she sentenced herself to execution.
She feared something could happen to her children.
What kind of despair must a mother be in to dare to kill her own children?
She thought that if she sacrificed her life, she would save her children's souls. But the worst part is that by doing this, she condemned herself to eternal torment. She will never meet her children because a murderer's or a suicide's soul is cursed, and it will never know peace or refuge. And the children, they are angels now, and they're in heaven.
Never ask a demon for anything because it will take everything you have.
I don't know how I will live with this.
You need to go to church and pray for the sin she committed.
Please protect my children.
We'll perform a ritual, and the dark entity will no longer come to bother you. To break the bond with the fire demon, we had to burn the book of black magic and the snakeskin. Did you see that?
Wow, it was shocking.
Look, a skull.
I see it. And I see the eyes. I really saw it.
Quick, close it.
The demon is afraid of salt. The demon is afraid of salt. The key, the lock, the tongue. Amen.
Your family is no longer in danger.
I'm grateful to the psychics. Now I'm calm knowing that my children are safe.
What a hair-raising story. If it impressed you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Many more amazing investigations are coming up. A demon from the other world takes family away, members one by one. Don't miss out. The psychics will find who summoned the evil entity. But can they stop death? This woman's family is asking the psychics for help. Being 35, Ina Kochube says that her life is over.
I died with my child.
Ina's son, Anatoly, died under mysterious circumstances. It happened on the railway tracks in the town where the family lives.
A train hit my son. He was 17. I only lived for him.
Ina's older sister, Jana, says there's no formal crossing at the place where it happened. Yet the locals usually cross the tracks there. For many years, Anatoly also walked this path. That evening, he was returning home as usual.
Ina called him and he said, "Yes, Mom, I'll be home soon."
It was their last conversation, after which the boy stopped answering the calls.
Later, a policeman answered the phone and said Anatoly was dead.
The teenager who regularly crossed the railway tracks to and from home knew the train schedule well. Furthermore, when he saw him on the tracks, the train driver sounded the horn loud for a long time. Did Anatoly really see or hear nothing?
The police said it was an accident.
The train driver told the police that the young man seemed frozen on the track.
The driver said he was just standing there, as if something were holding him in place.
There are no witnesses to the tragedy, but everyone around heard the endless, piercing train horn.
He was pulled here from over there. It's about 20-30 meters.
No alcohol or drugs were found in Anatoly's blood. The investigators concluded it wasn't suicide, and the family insists he had no reason to do it. Anatoly graduated from school successfully and aspired to develop himself.
He was very talented, and he wanted to be a sound engineer.
I miss my child. I'd give anything to hear his voice.
But the most terrifying part is that this is the third death in the family within a short period. First, Ina's beloved husband passed away. The man died at 37 from a sudden heart attack.
The only thing I could say was, it's impossible.
The woman stayed alone, strangely, but on the same day, 3 months later, her sister's husband died, too. He was also 37, and his heart suddenly stopped as well.
I feel desolated and miss him terribly.
The women are convinced the evil entity, looking like a werewolf, is killing the men in their family. Each sister sees it at her home.
It's like an animal covered in fur, yet it resembles a human.
Some kind of werewolf.
The horrifying otherworldly creature appears before each death in the family occurs, as if it's mocking the sisters.
It choked me and laughed.
I start praying, but I can't utter the prayer, and I only hear the eerie laughter.
The mother didn't believe her daughters for a long time, until she witnessed this ominous entity with her own eyes at her home.
It's like some kind of beast. It strangled me, and I couldn't get up or scream.
The women had their homes consecrated, bought protective talismans, hung horseshoes, and even consulted village seers to banish the evil entity, but all in vain.
Our family is dying out, like someone is finishing us off.
Now, the women worry about the remaining men in the family, their father, brother, and especially the youngest family member, Jana's son.
Losing your child is the worst thing imaginable.
Recently, 12-year-old Sasha narrowly escaped death. Someone invisible pushed him when he was at home, and he fell and hit his temple on the corner of a table.
He had a huge bruise on his head. It was awful.
The doctors said Sasha was lucky. If the impact had been a centimeter lower, he wouldn't be alive.
Please come and help us.
Azerbaijani psychic Kayal Alekbarov and Ukrainian clairvoyant Jana Shulikova agreed to help. On the eve of the investigation, Kayal arrived in Ukraine. On his way from the airport, he decided to call his colleague to discuss what he sensed.
My jinns showed me a strange clock without hands and with strange symbols instead of numbers. Suddenly, the clock burst into flames. My jinns also showed me a woman's hand with a glinting needle, and they said, "Beware of the third yes."
Needles are often used in dark rituals, but what kind of werewolf is haunting the family? Let's find out. Reveal yourself.
Zana, it's behind you.
The next moment, it flung by me and seemed to enter the tablet screen like a portal.
We still don't know how to explain it, but the driver who was transporting the psychic and his translator suddenly fainted.
Are you all right?
Our driver fainted right after you summoned the entity. I barely kept control of the vehicle.
The werewolf didn't want us to interfere.
The next morning, the psychics are ready to proceed with their investigation.
Yesterday, I saw the spirit of a man in the mirror, the same man whose death I predicted many years ago when I was in Zakarpattia region. He was a young man. When I looked at him, I saw him lying, covered in blood at the feet of a woman. I remember warning him back then, "Be careful, you might die young."
Why did he come to see you now?
He said, "Tell her the whole truth. She's suffering greatly." It's weird that his spirit appeared while I was working with the photo of the family. They're somehow connected.
Hello.
I'm so grateful you've come.
Indeed, the werewolf-looking evil entity is involved in all the deaths in your family. But I never suspected that its appearance was linked to a horrifying murder.
What's that strange sound?
Wait.
Someone's knocking.
Like a bird pecking at a window pane. He's crying and...
Jana, do you see a spirit?
Yes.
Who's that?
He's tall, dark-haired and thin.
That's my husband.
He says he knocked on your window before.
Yes, yes.
It turns out that after Ole's death, Jana and her son indeed heard strange knocking on the window at night.
My son and I woke up because someone was knocking on the window.
He says, "My kitty."
That's what he used to call me.
He's standing next to you. His hands are on your shoulders.
I felt him hugging me. I'll never forget you.
Your late husband wants to protect his son from this evil force.
He's telling me to look for a house with 2 dogs.
That's probably my mother's house.
The entity appeared there. Can we go there?
Yes.
My name is Larissa. This is my husband.
The spirit of Jana's husband brought us here.
He was like a son to us.
Come in.
Did you just hear the laughter? It was inhuman, eerie laughter.
Yes, someone laughed.
Apart from Jana and me, only those whom the entity was hunting heard its laughter, and the laughter sent chills down my spine.
I'm trembling.
The entity feeds on grief and despair. Let's go inside quickly. I see the spirit of a young man. It's your grandson, who died under the train. Where is his mother?
She's here, but she's very unwell. She doesn't wish to live.
Your grandson's spirit says, "Tell Mom not to cry. She must continue living. I love her very much, and I love all of you."
Anatoly, my dear.
We love you very much, our dear boy.
He says, "This animosity makes you weak. Enough of it." I don't really understand what's going on. Anatoly, who did you see before your death?
What kind of entity is that?
Where did it come from?
Anatoly is showing me a needle.
Did you find any hidden needles here?
My husband did.
One needles, and then another tucked in like that.
It's possible the entity was bound to them.
Do you suspect anyone of this?
Yes, her name is Caleria.
Caleria is Larissa's best friend. During the celebration of her husband's birthday, while everyone was at the table, she, for some reason, went to this room, and then they found the needles hidden in the wallpaper.
Since then, all these misfortunes began.
The women haven't spoken for 10 years since the incident with the needles.
Your friend is connected to magic. I see books next to her.
She had some nasty spells in them.
She has a special room there with candles.
She practices witchcraft. That's why we suspect her.
Let's go to see her.
As soon as everyone stepped into the yard, it started snowing, and Jana Shulikova inexplicably froze in place.
I see that young man again.
The one from Zakarpattia?
Yes. He's not related to you.
Not related?
He said, "You'll learn the truth about my death from her." He's pointing at Larissa.
Who is he?
Jana, let's first deal with that woman.
Hello. We are here to help this family. You know them, don't you?
Of course I do.
You visited this family's house, and then they found some needles there.
I definitely didn't do it.
I came into the room, and you were sitting there alone, weren't you?
Honestly, I don't remember that. I never did any magic at all.
But I sense you did magic.
I recited prayers to ward off the evil eye.
Not just prayers, but also spells. But, Larissa, it wasn't your friend who summoned the entity.
Thank you, Kayal. I carried this burden for 10 years. I can only offer my condolences for your grief. I never wished any harm to you.
Now nothing spoils your friendship again.
We miss each other. Larissa, thank you so much.
But who left those needles then?
Kayal Alekperov asked for a few minutes to work with his sacred book.
A woman who used to be your neighbor brought the needles to the house. But the charm didn't work.
It has no connection to the terrible deaths in the family.
And then my djinn showed me the strange clock without hands again.
He had a dream about a clock.
It had little coffins instead of the hands.
I feel it's connected to your house. We need to go back there.
There he is. Stop.
What happened, Jana? Is that the dead boy from Zakarpattia?
He's lying on the ground, covered in blood. He was killed, Kayal.
He was killed right on this spot.
But what does the spirit want from the psychics? And what does all this have to do with the family?
Her son killed him. This blood is on your family's hands.
Sasha did it.
The tragedy happened right here. But how come Larissa's son killed someone?
It happened because of a girl.
He wanted to protect her.
That evening, Alexander and his friends saw two men trying to rob a young girl.
We saw the girl crying. One started running away and the other was rummaging through her purse. We didn't intend to kill them. The things just got too heated.
You stood up for the woman and a fight started, right?
The fight started and ended right here.
That's why in my vision, I saw the dead young man next to a woman.
Was one of the victims from Zakarpattia?
Yes, he was somewhere from the west.
I heard him promise his mother to a lot of money before leaving home. His friend called him with him, saying he needed to collect a debt, but it was actually a planned robbery. When the friend attacked the girl, the young man from Zakarpattia was shocked.
He ran away because he got scared.
He wasn't a robber.
He keeps coming because the mother considers him a criminal.
He wanted us to tell the truth. But I sense that you believe the deaths in your family might be connected to this murder.
Yes. We thought Sasha's sin affected our entire family.
This idea occurred to the family members after Larissa's grandson tragically died on the railway track. It happened on the date when, 13 years ago, his uncle committed the murder.
The fact that Tolya died on November 4th and that Sasha killed those men on November 4th, could it really be a coincidence?
No, it's not a coincidence.
For my sins. My mother blames me too.
The family members turned into enemies.
My mother thinks I'm her enemy because I support Sasha.
The entity preying on men in your family appeared shortly after the murder. There is a connection between these two events.
The young man's spirit told me, return to their house.
The murdered man's spirit is showing me an image from the past. I see this room. There's a table and candles burning. And on the table, there's a round board with letters.
People summoning spirits.
Ina summoned a spirit. She drew a circle and wrote letters and moved a needle.
Why did you summon the spirit?
To ask when Sasha would be released.
The woman says she and her sister loved their brother and were deeply concerned when he was arrested. To find out if Alexander really killed someone and what would happen to him, they took a desperate step and decided to summon a supernatural force.
The board is often used during spirit summoning sessions. When the spirit responds, it moves the needle on a thread, pointing at the letters to spell out words.
He answered us letter by letter.
That's why you saw the clock of death in your dream.
We drew the board like a clock face.
We wanted to talk to my mother.
But that wasn't your mother's spirit at all. What did it say when it came?
I will take your soul.
Who did the sisters summon from the other world that he threatened to take their souls?
Oh, Lord.
To even understand this, we need a séance. We need a table, paper, and a marker. Was it like this?
Yes.
We need to open the window. It will be our portal.
Who are you? Come to us.
It moved on its own. The needle. It was responding.
Are you here? Yes. Do you want to talk? Yes. Are you an entity? No. Are you a demon?
Dear God. The window slammed shut.
It's horrendous. The candle toppled. There can be a fire.
The women summoned a demon.
Help us, please.
We must send the demon back to the other world.
Using fire and the needle, I was supposed to summon the demon. And the family members were to offer him a ransom.
He's here. I see his horns.
I see the horns too.
Give him the ransom, quick.
Throw it.
The demon refused from the ransom. He tried to attack with fire.
Oh, dear God.
Kayal, you're bleeding.
Blood is what the demon wants. The demon accepted my blood. I see the spirit of your grandson, Larissa. He says, I can't bear to watch you argue. The murder committed by my uncle separated you and made you enemies.
The women can't hold back tears because it's true.
We're really enemies. It hurts so much.
It's painful to see. Our family is falling apart.
Family means protection, and only together you can resist any evil force.
I'm so grateful to you.
Thank you.
This is simply horrifying. A random crime destroyed a once happy family, but we hope that thanks to the psychics, these people can become close to one another again. If this story impressed you, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Many more incredible investigations are coming up.